I've been crying. I went to a clinic for a doctor's appointment and had a really bad EKG. So of course, on the way to the ER that they're sending me to, I'm gonna make a video. This is the reason why my heart, that's why I kept feeling like I was gonna collapse last week. The EKG is not good, and so I'm gonna go to the ER. I knew I recognized this place. This is where Thomas and I took my down to Pickett State Park, and if I'm not mistaken, it's also where I went to hike after my back was broken. It's hard to breathe right now, guys. So my heart just kept pausing, big long pauses, and I'm really surprised that they sent me to the ER driving. There's a song by Demon Hunter that says, I'm not ready to die, I'm not ready to fade, I'm not ready to leave, it says, although he says live, because it's all got a rhyme, right? I'm not ready to leave, I'm not ready to fade, I'm not ready to die, and I'm not ready to die. My mom had a heart attack when she was 56, and that's been looming. I look terrible when I cry, sorry. That's been looming ahead of me. I'm not going to die because it's not my time yet. I'm not leaving my sons here, and I'm not leaving my grandbaby, so I'm gonna go to the ER down here in Jamestown of all places and see what they have to say. I had decided that I was gonna make a video today that when I got out of that clinic, if I felt better.
At the next stop sign, turn right.
Maybe that was where I was supposed to stop. Oh, here it is.
At the stop sign, turn right onto State Route 52 West.
I was gonna go to that hiking trail because I know it's down here somewhere. Now I would be a blooming idiot if I did that. But most of my life I have been a blooming idiot. But I've also enjoyed a lot of things that people miss out on. This is not it. I am going to go back out on the road. I am going to do deliveries. I'm going to make more videos. I'm going to be here with my sons, and I'm going to be here for my grandchildren. And the devil is a liar. But I have to go through the process, and right now the process is kind of the shock of seeing a nurse practitioner kind of scared looking at my EKG. No wonder it's been hard to breathe. No wonder I've had this excessive sweating and feeling like I'm going to collapse. Anyway, this is a beautiful area, and I'm not finished exploring. I'm just not done. And the enemy can take his whatever he's trying to put on me and stick it up his rear. That's the way I feel about it. That's what I'm going to say today. I'm okay, but the medical field drives me crazy. They said that my heart beats extra beats, and mentioned something about other people reading EKGs and maybe not doing it right or something. I can't remember how he said it, but basically I'm okay. Thank the Lord. They have me worried to death. Anyway, so here I am over at this area. I'm trying to remember what it was. It's near Pickett State Park, and Thomas and I went over here to hike to a waterfall one time, and I am literally half a mile from the waterfall right now. So I decided, since I'm okay, why not go do it? So that's what I'm gonna do. I have had 2 EKGs today. 2. I've had blood drawn twice today. I had one lady freaking out looking at an EKG saying I need to go to the ER. That's why I actually stopped and did this today. Because if I could cuss right now, I would definitely be using the F word. I'm so frustrated. How about that F word? So frustrated with the medical community. Anyway, so I knew this was out here somewhere, and I was gonna freak out and try to make it home as soon as possible, but I just happened to see the road sign. See, when I was coming to the ER, I was like, I know I've been down here before. And my inclination when I got finished at the ER was to just rush home. But then I realized I'm 2 hours from home and this is here. So I'm going to take the opportunity and see it. Places like this is how, was it Davy Crockett hid from the Indians? Oh, what the heck. If the battery dies, it dies. Well, that's my life, from one extreme to the other. And the doctor comes in, he's like, how do you feel? I said, I feel extremely frustrated right now. He said, I can understand that. I said, can you? I came to get a more effective medication so I can get my life back from this rheumatoid arthritis. I came for that. And she got me on that medication for weight loss. That's a big bonus. I'm happy about that. That's what I was telling y'all about, the shelf. Very happy about that. I said, then she freaks out over my EKG and sends me here. And I come here and you guys look at me like, why are you here? I'm like, I'm here because she sent me. Because my EKG was so bad. And I said, you come back in here and you tell me my EKG looks good to you. Except the fact that my heart beats extra beats. And then he tells me that he recommends I wear a heart monitor to find out why. And I've done that before. Because just about every time I go to the doctor, well, that's a nice place to put a pull-up, they tell me that my heart does weird things. Well, I told him, look, my mom, she died when she was 56 years old. I'm 53, and here we sit. I said, that is very frustrating to me. I said, so what's this huge difference between you reading an EKG and her reading an EKG? He said, well, the computer reads it. Anyway, that's what I've been through today. And I almost just ran back home. But I decided I'm going to celebrate the fact that I'm still here and that I'm not having a heart attack. And so here I am. There's that big shelf I was telling y'all about. Runs all the way up through there. Isn't this gorgeous? And look at that. I mean, if you needed shelter and the Indians were after you, you know, that would work. I think I'm going to retrace my steps, places I've been to, and add some new ones to it. I had even called my children, crying. Hopefully they're not on their way down here. I doubt they are. One of them's at work. Doesn't know about it. They had no explanation for why I felt like I was collapsing last week, or like I would collapse. Oh, it's probably your hormones, they said. I'm like, really? So, when Thomas and I came, I was having to wear what they call a turtle shell after my back was broken, or whatever you want to call it. And so, I was still on pain medication, and all of this was very difficult. Looks like a big dinosaur leg. This is the first time I've been back here since then. Oh, that's a thing of beauty right there. So is that. It's all beautiful. So frustrating. I don't necessarily blame the people. I mean, it's just like art. My field, you know. Several different people can look at a work of art and get a different opinion about it. Well, unfortunately, same case with the medical field. It's so pretty. These sweet little plants growing at the bottom of it. Let's see, which way your trail? Oh, the trail goes that way. I thought it went that way. This is amazing. The air is so heavy. Oops. Try not to let the phone get wet. Okay. Ooh, look at that mud. Yuck. let us all go on there for a minute. Lord of the Rings reference. This is my way of saying F the medical field. It really is. I appreciate people, don't get me wrong. But how many times can we be told I ain't going to say you're going to die because they don't come out and say that, but I've had them tell me he thought I had colon cancer. He says, why do you think people come here? Oh, really? Had me crying for a whole day, telling my kids, so forth. I think it's really screwed up. And I think they shouldn't be able to do it. Wow. It's amazing. Right. So, I try to walk 2 miles every day. This is my 2 miles. Oh, man. And I have to use my ponytail holders on my phone to keep the battery charger on it. But there it is, guys. Then we've got a bunch of cliff to walk around. And then we're done. And you guys came with me today through my little medical emergency escapade, which turned out to be not what they thought. Not what the lady thought. However, she did give me some medication to lose weight. So there's that, which I am very thankful for. Because I'm pretty sick of the weight gain. Okay. These rocks are pretty amazing. All along the side here. I honestly wanted to be. Sorry. Bug. Archaeologist. When I was a kid, that's what I said I wanted to be when they asked me in school. But where in East Tennessee do they train you for archaeology? UT. Right. Anyway. Learn to keep your mouth shut, April. Yeah. Well, I still have a future. For now, I'd be happy to get out and deliver some stuff besides DoorDash. Look how beautiful that is. All the way down through there. But DoorDash it is at the moment. And be satisfied with it. For now. I do want to say that I reconnected with my friend Darwin up in British Columbia. Shout out to Darwin. Totally glad. Oh, look. This is funny. Look. It's a giant arrowhead. There were giants living here. Could have been. Anyway. My friend Darwin said something along the lines of, I used to think you were kind of full of it when you talked about that stuff. But now, I'm finding out you're dead on about a lot of that stuff. I'm like, yeah, dude. Of course I am. Look at that. Get my finger out of the way. How cool. All of it equally as beautiful. Look at those colors. Look at those little ferns. These little baby ferns. They're so adorable. And heucheras everywhere. They've crossed those with all kinds of stuff. Make all kinds of different colors. Umbrella magnolia is magnificent. When I was helping to run a zip line up in Hartford, I had one of those right behind my tower. It was beautiful. Just beautiful. Well, guys, if my camera shuts off, it's because my battery died. Hopefully it won't, but it might. So glad to take you guys with me. You guys give me the courage and the motivation to keep getting out here, and so do those doctors with their false reports, or maybe they interpreted it wrong. Remember that next time you're in church and someone is interpreting the Bible for you. Interpretation. Interpretation. Jesus said to this one guy, he said, well, how do you read it? How do you read it? My friend Sandra, she and I would discuss things like that as we went. Now she's in the face of Jesus, and there's no longer need for interpretation. Those are giants. There used to be trees so big here that people would live in them. That's crazy. Crazy but true. Okay. Got a long way to go. I'll let you guys go for a little bit, and I'll holler at you soon.